Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you find yourself in this entire world, I welcome you. Well, my friends, I wanted to take a few minutes today, have this opportunity to say thank you to you. Today, a year ago, on December 8th, 2019, we began this podcast, and now a year later, which I cannot believe, it's already a year later, we are heard in 48 countries. That's amazing to me. We've done some incredible work that has helped many, many people, and I am so grateful that the Mary Mac Show has been so well received around the world. We've received wonderful reviews, which you can see on my website, marymac.info. People from all walks of life, bearing all kinds of grief, who have popped into my life and let me know that the words I speak and the feelings I share have really resonated with them, and that means so much to me. And so I thank you so much for taking the time to listen in. And even more so, I thank you for sharing the podcast with people who need it, people who are just starting their bereavement, and they really need to know how to handle themselves. And one of the things I'd like to do is to tell you all the countries that are now listening to the Mary Mac Show, because I'm flabbergasted. Actually, I'm flabbergasted. It has been an amazing year, and every time a new country comes on board, I can't believe it. I'm just amazed. I look at the country, and if I'm not really sure where it is, I go digging. Like, for instance, the country of Jersey. Did you know that it's just on the north side in the sea near France? Well, I didn't know that, and it was wonderful. And I had to learn where certain other countries were. I didn't realize that Indonesia was so large with so many islands. The same thing with the Philippines. And I've known about those countries, but never really studied the geography. And I was so grateful when they came in. So let me tell you all the wonderful countries and all the amazing people around the world who now listen in to the Mary Mac Show. Jersey, Sweden, Italy. That makes me happy because I'm half Italian. Saudi Arabia, Costa Rica, St. Lucia. I've been on vacation there. It's a lovely little island down in the Caribbean. Portugal, Korea, Austria, Ecuador, Poland, the island of Jamaica, Brunei, Montenegro, Zimbabwe, the Russian Federation, Thailand, Indonesia. We have listeners from Bali in Indonesia. Guam, a territory of the United States. The Czech Republic. David and I visited Prague last year and had a lovely time. Sri Lanka, Singapore. My friend Sam lives in Singapore. Mexico, Pakistan. Our friends Jasmine and Benedict and their entire family is from Pakistan. Greece, France. I bet you didn't know that I was born in France when my father was in the military there. Norway, Puerto Rico. My best friend Miriam, that's where her heritage is. Brazil. My friend Margie spent a lot of time in Brazil. The Netherlands. Israel. Switzerland. I visited Switzerland many years ago and loved it. South Africa. My friend Mandy lives in South Africa. The Philippines. Belgium, Bangladesh, New Zealand. One of my closest friends, Sheila, her husband Rob, and their mum live in New Zealand, in Kerry actually. Chile, Ireland. I have Irish blood too. Spain, Germany, Australia, the United Kingdom. I have parts of Wales and Scotland in my blood. India. India is making an amazing time here. I mean, so many people from India are listening in. It's amazing how quickly we took on India and they learned about us, and I guess they love us. Canada and all 50 states of the United States. So I thank you so much to everyone who is currently a listener and will be in the future. I thank you for taking the time to learn more about the grieving process. And I know this is not an easy subject. I often tell you that grief is messy, because every one of us grieves in a different way, and we will grieve differently, not only for this death that we're enduring, but others in the future. We grieve differently than the people in our household, or our friends, or other family. We will never have a recipe for grief. We will just go through the process and see where it brings us. Grief is unique. It is unique to every single one of us. And if we take some time before we are bereaved, it is a really good thing to do, so that later in life, when this does occur in your life, you will not be as overwhelmed. You'll be able to say things to yourself like, Mary did say that I would sleep more. Mary did say that I might not sleep as well as I usually do. Mary did say that I'm having such a hard time getting out of bed in the morning, and it's okay. There are so many aspects to grief, and I've tried to cover a great deal of them this year, and there's so much more to say. So I thank you for taking the time to listen in. I thank you for sharing this podcast with those who really need the help. I thank you for subscribing, rating, and reviewing The Mary Mac Show wherever you may find it, on whatever platform is your preferred place. So I bless you, and I thank you, and I honor you for taking the time to listen in to me each week. It's our first full year together, and I'm looking forward to many more. God bless you.